Hello.
Deep breath. I've been running around all day, so I just want to introduce Oscar, Elise. We have the band Lilac here, and we're at the West Chicago Social Club in West Chicago, Illinois, or as they say, the suburbs. So thank you, and welcome to the city.
Really excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
And crazy that I met you guys 8 days ago.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
And in Las Vegas, and then this all came about. So you guys were sitting in front of a crowd of people telling your story growing up. I want to start with Oscar. I'm going to give it back to you in a few minutes, and how you kind of got into music and your just a little backstory on yourself. So if you kind of want to go into that, I'll hand you the microphone, and then you kind of speak about it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been playing music my entire life. I think one of my favorite stories is that I actually made it to intermediate recorder. So a lot of kids stop in third grade at their basic recorder.
I was there.
I went a step above that. And I was playing intermediate recorder concerts. And then from there, I played violin, piano, guitar. Growing up, I was in chorus. And my parents were super supportive of me always being involved in music in some form. And then after high school, I got involved with a group of friends who were just jamming, and I started learning how to rap and just kind of jamming with them, like after school and stuff like that. And really just started to focus on it later in life, where I really wanted to collaborate with a group of people and kind of start telling real stories and just express myself in a lot deeper way. I think I've always been an artist and a creative. And so to find a new avenue where I could start expressing myself and start writing about my life experiences. And, it felt like a way that I could get like what was in my head out. And this was just a fun way to be able to just finally get those ideas out. And so after that, I'd been doing a bit of my solo project a little bit for a while until I ran across Elise in the best way possible, meeting strangers on the internet through Craigslist. That's how you want to get.
That's how we did it back before group chats and shit.
And so basically ever since it was history. We started working together and grinding together, quarantined together during COVID with our full band at the time, and really made this project a full-time job, a second full-time job for all of us, where we dedicated our time and energy till 2 a.m. in the morning, most nights in the studio, trying to make something happen, and been having a lot of fun since.
And there was one point during the happens where you kind of gave a personal story. I kind of have a similar personal story where we failed at something.
Yeah.
And glad we failed at it because we're both here because of it. I had a suicide attempt in 2010. You had an overdose that I recall. If you want to just discuss that just a tad, see what you think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. In about 7 years ago, I made my suicide attempt in a motel room in Wilmington, North Carolina, with a fifth of Jack and a pill bottle full of Xanax. And I didn't tell anybody where I was. I didn't tell anybody where I was going. And I was resolute in my decision that, that was going to be the day, that was going to be the time. And like you said, I failed at that attempt. It was one of my biggest failures that I'm the most grateful for.
Our happiest failure,
right? And I woke up the next day and I remember looking at the sunrise and thinking, wow, what a way to like wake up to the world and decide that this second chance at life and this second opportunity was something that I got to have, that I was fortunate enough to fall into. And so I told myself then and there that I was going to absolutely give this life everything I had, and hope to find the opportunities I wanted to reach out to others and let them know that in those moments, in that feeling like I had in that motel room, feeling alone, that no one is actually alone, and we can absolutely all do this together.
I absolutely love you because you can tell that story. You can smile about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you being able to smile about this, knowing where you are now, what you've been through, I could say the same thing. People don't really know that part of me that I've been there. And when they hear it, like even 6 years ago, I was living in room to room, people's extra bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm flourishing. So it's like one of those things where you got to put your mind to it, and we failed. but we failed in the best possible way.
Best possible.
Now, I know Elise has a even more horrific story. I don't know how far you want to go into it. Just bringing it up a little bit, how much you want to talk about it. But if you'd like to, and then how that turned into what your music career is.
Yeah.
That's going to be loud, but we're still going to be able to hear it.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you want to move. We can always move. If you'd like.
No, we got
They're
it.
going to get loud.
Okay, let's go. I mean, I did this before backstage, and it's worked. So.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, so I guess with my story, I had a very unsafe childhood. Let's just say it was not a safe upbringing, and there was many days where I felt like I should have probably died. So I was drowned in the bathtub for fun a few times, and like I was put in a crawl space under my bathroom floor. Like it was not a good place to live. And I survived. I got out of there. And I think that one of the things that I had to rely on was relying on myself and knowing that I'm going to survive this. And I had to learn, I actually learned computers.
Yeah.
So I'm a computer hacker now.
Yeah.
So I hacked computers a long time ago. And I think back then I was removing viruses for money when people were handing me laptops that they found and they needed me to remove the passwords from them or whatever. I was just making money however I possibly could, but computers was how I made money. Everybody, takes their different path, if they've gone through stuff, if they've gone through abuse. I think that there is a stereotypical path that young ladies tend to follow. And I'm not judging that in any way. I think, if they survive, they survive, make whatever way that they can survive. But mine was through computers. And I used to hack pizza's websites for, getting pizza money, to try to put food on the table. So music was a big thing for me to be able to, know that there was other people who said what he made. Like I know, like that Linkin Park had the Theory album, for example, and Chris Cornell. There was a lot of people through my upbringing where I listened to their lyrics, and I was like, man, they've been through something. I hear the pain in their lyrics, and I see where they are now. I know that they got through it, and I can too. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is Oscar and I. This is kind of our way. Together to give back. Our song Starless, we're releasing it on March 10th. It's literally in 4 days.
Week,
yeah, exactly, in 4 days. So so we're going to be releasing the song, and this is a way for us to tell people, like, when the sky is feeling starless, we can be the light inside your darkness. We'll be there. We'll be ready to fight for you on the days that you're too weak to fight for yourself. Like, you're not alone. We're here.
Let me ask, do you ever find yourself on stage singing the lyrics that you wrote because of your history, where you kind of get overcome with emotion and you might lose it here or there? I'm not saying it's going to be all the time, but I'm just saying, has that happened where you looked out and you're like, holy shit, and then you just break down?
Yeah. I think like on this tour, actually, I choked up a little bit during Perfect Drug, during the line of Alone Inside My Hell. I think sometimes
you were there.
Yeah. I think sometimes I wrote Crawl Space about like, how can I survive in a world that doesn't care if I'm alive, and it was like hard telling myself every day, like, you need to fight to live toward another day. And not ironically, you don't want to wake up to another prison. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to wake up to another like crappy day. Like, you need to figure out what little things that you can hold on to that make your life better, that make you smile, and grow that strength from there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I was going to say too, for me, and I'm figuring for you guys too, to get out of my funk, I did a step-by-step thing, and it was a personal step-by-step. It was, how people are like overwhelmed with everything, and they don't know where to start. You have to pick one thing to start, and then you list them, and you go one at a time. Once you start getting through that, then you can check stuff off, and then you get to that point where you're like, okay, well, it's not all right there. It's one at a time. So that's what I tell people. I'm like, that's the easiest thing to do. And I have a lot of friends that go through a lot of shit. Obviously, we all do. So I just tell them step by step. With one thing, conquer that, go to the next one. So if you're able to get through that, that's kind of how I work myself into it. Now, making the new music, what you got going on, doing all the touring, I'm going to go a little more fun with this one. You've been out on the road. Has there been a venue yet that you have played that you absolutely love, or one that you haven't yet that you want to play? I'm going to start with Oscar. Hopefully you heard me there.
Yeah. I might be stealing this one from Elise.
That's okay.
But
the same one.
Columbus, Ohio. I think for so many reasons.
King's Club.
Yeah. Like
Amazing venue.
we just played there last night, and it was an
Oh,
incredible.
that was last night.
Yeah. We played Columbus last night, and it was absolutely amazing. We played the ball.
Oh, Michigan.
Yeah. Oh no.
No. In Columbus, it was called the A&R Music.
A&R
that was
A&R
awesome,
Music.
too.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it's so mixed up, but
That little corner bar.
yeah,
that you walk in, it's dingy.
yeah. And so I make this joke that I think that's when we have some of the rawest, most real experiences when like you're shoved in on this tiny stage and everybody's shoulder to shoulder and like you cram as many people as absolutely you can into a bar who are excited to be there, and it's just this beautiful energy because Elise had family there. We had fans that have been following us for a long time. We were just on Shiprock playing with friggin' Motionless and White, Suicidal Tendencies, like some of the Hailstorm from Ashes to New. And we had fans that saw us on Shiprock be like, oh no, you guys were anywhere within 3 hours, like I'm gonna be there.
That's what I do. I love the 5-hour drive.
Yeah, dude, right? Like,
for me, and I have an apartment in Cincinnati, so A&R is just over an hour away.
Yeah.
And I've been there for that. For me, and I'm going to say the Machine Shop is my favorite all-time.
Yeah. I same kind of vibe, right? Like, I mean, if you've been in the Machine Shop, it's not the biggest stage in the world, but the people who come there and the energy there is like, you can't, there's passion there. And so I think for me, like last night, getting to feel the energy of everybody who was there for us, there to support us and share their love and share in our experience that night, like, was absolutely incredible. So I think that was definitely one of my favorite nights.
And what about a venue you haven't played yet that you know you want to?
Oh,
is there
man.
one out there?
There's so from our hometown, Raleigh, North Carolina, there's a club called Lincoln Theater. And it's again not the biggest venue, but it's like the next level up for bands. It's like it's probably like 1,000 cap room, like 1,500 cap. And what I want to do is I want to headline that. And I want to like absolutely fill it up with people and just like shoulder to shoulder, like have those walls shaking and like do it in our hometown. Like, cause I remember getting chills. Because I remember being in the crowd right there and going to a show on New Year's Eve into like what was going to be, New Year's Eve. There's like promise, there's hope of a new year. There's like wishes that you have for yourself. And I remember looking at that stage and I said, being in the crowd is not enough. I'm going to be that on that stage. That stage belongs to me and I'm going to make it happen.
See, there's another step for you. There's another goal. So you're getting there on everything you want to do. Keep smiling, man. It's fucking awesome that you like do this.
Yeah.
So you guys are from Raleigh?
Yep.
Okay, my parents are from Hickory, Minnesota.
Oh no!
I was just there 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So and I was in Winston-Salem to see my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
So,
I actually went to school in Boone, North Carolina. So like I'm staying like right around the
my parents
corner.
are from here. They live down here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a fucking beautiful area. Oh my God, the Blue Ridge Mountains are absolutely incredible. I spent way too much time there in college, doing good things and bad things. But it was an incredible time.
So you got the Blue Ridge and the Appalachian.
Appalachian.
That's how you have to say it. It's not Appalachian. It's Appalachian.
Yeah, Appalachian.
So for you, Elise, what's your favorite venue you played and that you want to play?
The venue that I want to play is Madison Square Garden.
Why not? Go big.
Go big, baby. Go big. I know. But venue that...
The Sphere.
Oh, there we go. The Sphere. There we go in Vegas. I mean, yeah, honestly, I think one of my favorites so far was when we went to Europe. Our Europe tour was insane. And like Germany, and Belgium was sold out, and
Europe
Brussels and
is
Liège
just
was sold out.
amazing fans.
Like so many Germany,
Turnout,
like it was sold out. So like, and the energy was just so big, and like many of the people in like there was what was it, Den Haag, where they didn't speak English, but like they were like good songs. Good songs. And then we went and Google Translate a little bit, and they spoke, in Dutch, and they were
That's
we were
easiest thing to do.
translating
Go
with
on your
each other.
phone, go to translate.
Yeah,
and be
it's
like,
so easy
I
now.
did.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
exactly.
go
Yeah.
from there.
Well, you can speak now in Google Translate,
even
just
better.
microphone, talk about it. And so anyway, so I think that was a really cool experience. It's filling out venues over there, but here in the States, I mean, I love Columbus, Ohio. I think Texas turns up, Albuquerque turned up. Like we have
Oh my
so many
God.
Wait,
fans.
which one in Albuquerque?
There's it was a couple years ago. We had fans that were literally outside at 8
remember the one.
a.m. waiting.
Oh, I didn't
for
go to
us.
one there. Okay, I'm trying to
It
think.
was so
where
sweet. Yeah, no, I mean, we've like developed this little family along the way, and so I'm really, really proud of the group of fans that have connected with us, so far. And I can't wait until Starless releases, because I feel like that's going to connect on with so many more people, like whenever you hit people's fucking heart, man. I'm excited for the people that we're going to gather along the way.
So let me go to the next question. After that, so do you ever have people come up to you and knowing your stories and be like, "This is where I was," like kind of what I did with you a week ago?
Every day.
But,
Every
okay,
day.
so every day something happens, and how do you take it in? You just listen to them, or do you like obviously give them hugs at the end and shit like that? But just kind of seeing how you take it.
Yeah.
Go with Oscar.
This tour has been very big on that, because I think we've shared the song and shared a lot about our stories along this
More
route.
open, yeah.
And I think it really took a lot from us to really say, okay, like we've done this, like trying other routes, like now we're going to be completely exposed. Like we are absolutely bearing our souls every night. And it's a funny thing, I think, when people can tell, like when you're completely raw, you're like, I'm just here to like give you everything I have. Authentic, yeah. And so we have had people, at least, right? We've had a lot of people coming up and wanting to share their stories, and especially around Starless, telling me, I was there. I have this family member. I've seen friends, family, all kinds of things, been through this opportunity, and just grateful that I shared my story and say, it touched me in a way, or like it reminded me in this particular way, and thanking us for sharing our stories and being so open, because I think people want to hear that story exists in some form.
That you connect.
Yeah.
That it's a one-on-one kind of thing that, oh shit, I'm not the only one going through it. You went through that. You went through what you went through, maybe worse off than what somebody else did, but still the fact that you made it through and people are like, wow, okay, now I can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how I look at it. That's how I see you guys being so open with your stories. Yeah, let me switch that over so people can hear me. But just being open with your stories and yourself, and being, what do you call that when you open up and you're
vulnerable.
Thank you. Got the word. And you're vulnerable. And I noticed with myself, I've been doing that a little bit more on social media. People are like, oh shit, I didn't know he went through stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the almost homeless thing.
Yeah.
I was broke, I don't know how many fucking times. It's just how it is. Yeah. Everybody's gone through it.
Yeah.
Some people are going through it now. So it's like you want that connection, and then so that way they just make themselves feel better on what's next.
Yeah. They aren't alone.
So, So I don't know how you want to answer that as well, if you want to kind of like, how do you take it in?
I think there's been with me, a lot of people come up to me saying that Heirloom or Crawl Space or something hit them because they were abused in some sort of way. So I think my first response is, I'm sorry that you relate to those lyrics, because I know that you went through something horrible that you shouldn't have, and I'm so freaking proud of you for surviving and not becoming a statistic. Like, look where you are right now. Like, I'm so freaking proud of you, and you aren't alone. And I tell them I love them. I don't know them, but I like, for having that bond, having like what you've gone through, I already have respect for you. You know what I'm saying? you survived whatever your what your trauma was,
Yeah.
whatever your situation was, like, and that makes me respect you, that you were a survivor, you know?
And they're becoming vulnerable to you, not even knowing who you are.
Yes, yeah.
So that's got to be a little mind-boggling. You're like, holy shit, you know?
Yeah.
They just dropped this bomb on me, and now how the fuck do I
You know,
answer?
I hug them and I tell them that they're loved, and I think that's all you can really say.
And I think that's the amazing thing about music, right? And what we get to do is that there are these like short 3.5 minutes sometimes that like you just bare your soul, and for some reason like you can connect with someone as if like they were your best friend, and like you feel like you know them and they know you, and you can just be like, okay,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
yeah, you know, like I think that's what's been what keeps us coming back to like working on music when things do get difficult. You know what I mean? When this road tour life just gets crazy and we have like all kinds of obstacles to overcome, it's just that there is a story that we found salvation in here, you know, a reason we found hope in music. And I think we just want to share a little bit of what we were able to find.
Perfect. Well said. And for me, getting through what I did, there was a band out there, and I'll ask you my next question. The band that got me out of my funk was Foo Fighters. In 2009, 2010, they came out with Wheels. If you remember that song, you know, it's a beautiful written song. So that band got me out of so much shit. And I cry. I'm very emotional at concerts. And there's a lot of bands that do that. Shinedown, Foo Fighters, Mumford & Sons, fucking even Nine Inch Nails, you cry at Hurt. So it's just what it is. Is there a band out there that you're so happy to hear? Or a song that you're so happy to hear? That emotional, I'm here, kind of gets to you.
Yeah.
I know. It's kind of hard.
What a question.
Yeah.
What a question. For me,
we're being vulnerable.
Yeah,
So bring
yeah.
it.
Funnily enough, I listened to this band called Cannons.
Okay.
And they had this song called Night Verses. And I found it at a point where, funnily enough, it's kind of a love song, but I started taking this perspective on love songs a little bit differently, and not so much as singing it to someone else, but what if you were singing it to yourself? What about this love song that you're singing to yourself that like you're just asking yourself to be there for yourself, and like, why can't you show up for me? You know, as if you're like singing this love song in the mirror. And so it's this song called Night Verses that just touches me every time I listen to it. And it's one of those songs that I like put on repeat and I'm listening for like an hour and a half. And it's really just something about showing up for yourself and trying to love yourself and finding that partner you want to be with and that version of yourself you want to spend every day next to.
Exactly. Is there a band or a song or what out there makes you smile, makes you emotional in a good way?
There's so many.
I know there's a lot. Like I said, I got band after band.
Yeah, I mean, how I explain it to people is I like it when a vocalist sings with pain or writes with pain. I like it when they're unapologetically themselves, you know? They don't filter their lyrics to try to make the song appeal to more users. Like they just sing about the situation that they were in a raw, unapologetic way. Like even if it's very specific. I like that. I think that's really, really great. And I mean, I think lyrically, I used to love, Linkin Park back in the day. I used to love Paramore's old stuff, like All I Wanted Was You and stuff like that. Yeah, I loved Chris Cornell, Stained. God, so he wrote from the heart. I think anybody who wrote with pain in their soul, like even old blues singers, like really strike a chord.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because everything is personal to them too.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a very strong answer from the two of you. To finish up here, so you guys have the new song Starless coming out on the 10th. Hopefully this interview will be out by then, which it should be, because I need to make sure it is for sure now. You have the rest of the tour with Jairus Johnson. You have Butcher Babies. You also have you and
Eve Under Fire.
Eve Under Fire. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, I know there's one more. So the rest of this tour, like, what are you looking forward to? I'm going to go to you in terms of finishing this up.
Yeah, I think a super strong finish. I think a super strong finish from our band. I think what I really love to see from us as musicians is that touring can be long. We've been out on the road almost 2 months now, including Shiprocked.
And then to Vegas.
And then Vegas.
And then back to where you were.
There's no sleep, terrible diets. We're away from all kinds of reality and structure. And I think our band has an incredible way of coming together at the end and just being like, okay, we don't slow down at the finish line.
The show must go on.
Yeah, we absolutely sprint through the finish line. And I think it comes out on our performance and we pull it out of our audience. So like for them to see us like up to the very end, like we are going to smack you in the face if you're at a Lilac show. We absolutely make that stage ours, and our effort is to burn the building down with what we do. So if you're coming out to a Lilac show at the beginning or at the end of the tour, like we're going to smack 100%. And so I'm excited.
Well, you answered that perfectly. So I'm going to give you one more. How do you decompress from a tour? The fact that you're on the road for 2+ months, you're all over the place. You go home and it's like, oh shit, now what do I do? I'm not like all over the place. How do you decompress?
So our entire team, our whole group of band members, we all work day jobs during the day, and then we play at night. So we're doing double duty all day long, every day.
So you're doing it anyway.
Right. This tour is 6 weeks long, right? But every single day, it's morning till night, morning till night, morning till night, right? You wake up, the next morning you're in a different city. It's kind of do it all over again. So I think when I get home, like I still have my day job, but I become a potato.
You just
Like
you grow warts too while you're at it?
like I just for a little bit there, I feel like I want like a week to just DoorDash food to me. I don't want to go out anywhere, and I just want to like sit on my couch.
That starts coming out.
I want to lay on my couch. I want to lay on my couch. I want to watch what Netflix I missed. I want to watch some movies or something, and just chill. And like just let it, like, because you're nonstop problem solving. Oh crap, the engine blew today. Okay, a tire blew today. It's nonstop, back to back. So going home and just like enjoying the silence for like a couple days is really nice to me.
And then do you get antsy as fuck like 3 days later?
Maybe a week later, then I want to like, all right, I'll go out to a restaurant and some stuff. I'm going to venture out and people again. But I'm a workaholic too. So I'm constantly hacking. I'm constantly hacking computers and stuff. So I'm always, that's probably the next thing I do is like, okay, how am I going to like hack to prepare for the next tour? Right. So yeah, that's it.
Well, we got two fucking badasses right here. We got Oscar, we got Elise. Well, wait, I am too. So that's
hell
three.
Yeah, I got him right here.
So we're killing it. And obviously, you got the new song, Starlet's, coming out on Tuesday the 10th. All streaming platforms. The rest of the tour with Butcher Babies, Eva on Fire, and Lilac, and Jarris Johnson when he's healthy. There you go. So make sure you follow them all over the social media. And LYLVC.
That's all you're going to find, baby.
It's not LYLAC, LYLVC.
Yep.
God, I don't know how to spell, but I got it. We did that. So, Elise, Oscar, you guys are fucking amazing. Thank you so much for everything that you've done and what you're going to do tonight. So, any last words, anything you want to say before we go?
Come see us on tour, baby. We're ready to rock your freaking faces off. Woo! And I can't wait till you hear Starless. Please pre-save the link and let us know what you think.
Or just play it when it's on.
There we go.
So there you go. All right, rock on. Thanks for watching.